subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube, and if you're hanging out on Twitch, it's a purple button and it says follow. So if you're watching us on either one of these platforms live right now, please hit one of those two buttons. Red if you're on YouTube, purple if you're on Twitch. One thing I want to talk about real quick is we are also on all the audio platforms as well. You should see it in this graphic here. Literally, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio. If you guys listen to podcasts on a platform and you notice we're not on that platform, hit me up on social media, email me, whatever. Make a comment on the YouTube. Let us know, because I want to make sure that we can have the podcast on the audio side wherever you guys listen. I also have some announcements to make. I'm super excited about this. Last couple months I've been super hard at work trying to get this album done for you guys. And the people who are going to get first access to this, I put the link right here. That's going to be the people in the Patreon. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Go to patreon.com/JaredSingerLive. You get first access to everything as we start doing some cooler and cooler shit this summer, as well as bonus content, discounts on merch and stuff like that as we start to roll all that kind of stuff out. So make sure you go there. That's where the biggest supporters. If you've already subscribed, if you've already done that and you want to step it up a notch, you can join for as low as $3 a month. It's not a lot of money, especially with inflation going up. I didn't raise my prices. Still $3 a month. And there's a couple other tiers in there too if you really want to go crazy. All right, we got some ad reads we got to make. Let's get this done. This episode of the podcast and every podcast we do here is sponsored by Tone Vault Audio and Media. Tone Vault Audio and Media was formed as a recording studio business by musicians in active gigging bands. Doing work over the years in multiple facilities as well as in a mobile fashion, simultaneously while playing in live gigging bands, the Tone Vault staff has developed the experience to know why quality, performance, and longevity of cables is important, as well as the demands needed for a great go-to top-of-the-line product for all your professional project needs, as well as live music application. We tried all kinds of cables, and of course we have our favorites. They, however, tend to have a price point that's not so favorable. So we decided to craft our own and make it a little bit more wallet friendly without sacrificing quality. We use these cables ourselves for our studio and music projects, and that includes me. My entire drum set is wired up with these, and we're currently in the process of rewiring the entire podcast studio. They offer a lifetime warranty with a 30-day, zero-risk, money-back guarantee. If you don't like them within that first month, just return them. After that 30 days, it's a lifetime warranty, just like any of the other big names. 24 karat gold contacts, 99% oxygen free, you know the deal. They're absolutely phenomenal. Extravaganza listeners can also use the code 15SINGER, that's 15SINGER, for an extra 15% off any purchase. So go to www.tone-vault.com/JSE and join the Tone Vault family today. This episode of the podcast is also sponsored by Marco V Cigars, the official cigar of the Jared Singer Extravaganza. In 1909, an Italian immigrant named Victor Vito landed on American soil. Despite only having pennies to his name, Victor smoked a cigar to honor his pursuit of opportunity and success. Starting with that first cigar, a tradition was born. In the Vito family, cigars came to represent pride in accomplishments and optimism for the future, and they still do. More than a century later, Victor Vito's great-grandson Marco honors his heritage with Marco V Cigars. Marco and his team's commitment to quality, flavor, and construction have established the company as a premier boutique cigar brand. Every step in the Marco V cigar making process is shaped by a drive for perfection. Farmers in the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua tend to their crops by hand, and the planting, harvesting, and curing are carefully guided by Marco V's tobacco experts. Dedicated research and testing have resulted in a leaf that cures with a rich, complex flavor. Each blend is aged for years to enhance the tobacco's deep natural sweetness, and every bale is inspected 6 times before the cigars are rolled by hand, never put through a machine. Quality still comes from the hands of the artisans. After a final inspection, the cigars are packed and shipped around the world. Overseeing the entire supply chain guarantees that every Marco V cigar yields the perfect celebratory smoke. Victor Vito's 1909 cigar represented pride in himself and his achievements. More than a century later, Marco V honors Victor's legacy with the highest quality cigars on the market. Create your own tradition, salute your achievements and your successes with Marco V cigars. Exclusive for Jared Singer Extravaganza listeners, just for you guys, same deal, baby. Go to marcovcigars.com and use checkout code Extravaganza15 to get an extra 15% off of your order. You can order my personal favorite, which is their Palladium, or you can order what I'm smoking on right now, which is their Maduro House Blend. Extremely affordable to begin with, and y'all get another 15% off this motherfucker.
Other players cry and stomp their butts into the ground. Does everyone understand that? Does everybody understand that?
It looks like
look, fellas, look. There are two types of people in this world. There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if your dad has said, oh, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, just as long as you have fun, well, I hate to say it, your dad's a loser. Okay? So let's get our hands in. That team's pretty good, but we are gooder. So let's go gooder on 3.
Check.
Boom, boom. There we go, dude. Chad Action, Little League baseball coach. That's a video of you motivating the troops.
That's exactly how I talk to children.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed.
Their dad is a loser, and we're here to win.
When did you decide your stage name was now going to be Chad Action? When did this happen?
I think just now, but that was your decision.
No.
I think there's something there. Chad Action. It's either a porno name, a wrestling name, or my rock
It's your
name.
new stage name, dude. I think it's great. Chad Action. And I think it makes your band name better too. So now you're Chad Action in the Untimely. Chat Action in the Untimely. You guys, I need you to put into chat. Hold on, we got on-screen chat now, so you can see chat as well. So we got chat down there.
Chat Action. There should be a little caption.
We need your comments. We need your opinions. I'm gonna put it in as questions, but as what it really means is it's not working. God damn it. I want to know how right I am. Not if I'm right, because
like
I know
poll?
I'm right.
Can you make like a poll?
I could if we had a real
viewers...
producer in time. Like, yeah, he could do that pretty quick. I don't have the ability to do that while I'm sitting here trying to have a genuine conversation with you. But I do want you guys to put in the comments, Chad Action, how right am I that's a badass name? Chad Action.
Chad Action.
Admit it. It's great. I want you all to admit it.
I have nothing else. I've never even considered a stage name except for in my old band, the Beat Awfuls, where my name was Jack Shit.
And then if you start a solo project, your first album can be called Hero. So it can be called Chad Action Hero. I love it, dude.
I suppose.
It's great. Dude, you're getting so uncomfortable with this discussion. I love it. I love it. I love
That's okay.
it. It's so great, dude.
It's funny. There's a chance I'll drop the Chad Erickson from the Untimely, but I don't know if that's a good business decision or not.
We've had this conversation
I'm
before.
a big moron. I'll probably keep it, but I'll probably do stuff that the three of us write as the Untimely, and anything that's too much me, just Chad Erickson and the Untimely, maybe.
We've had this discussion before, and I told you just do the Untimely, do Chad Erickson, and then have Chad Erickson in the Untimely.
Yeah.
Because I remember your whole theory was like, oh, well, it's becoming something else, and like Ethereal Rose is there. Well, she's not there now.
She's not there.
You know what I mean?
Nobody's
And that's
there.
why I keep saying don't drop the Chad Erickson out of the Untimely, because you're the one constant in that band. You keep having this over 20 years or whatever it's been, or 10 years. You've had this nice rotation of people come through, some elite level musicians, but dude, that's you.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a foolish decision to drop your own name out of that, dude. All right, let's see if it works now. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so it's really not put your questions in. It's really just, here's what we should say is sub for the chat. There we go. And then is what I want to know is how right am I that Chad Action is a badass stage name specifically for you, though, not just for anyone, not just for any Chad out there. It's got to be you, because you're such a chill dude. I think it's hilarious that you would call yourself Chad Action.
I already know half of my friends who are going to be like, yes, fuck, yes. And the other half are going to be like, I I don't know.
Yeah, anybody who says I don't know,
Because they're as uptight as me.
just get rid of them out of the advice circle. Like, you don't need conservative people when you're asking for creative advice. You need people that are going to be enthusiastic and passionate, and they're either going to go fuck no, or they're going to be like fuck yes. If they're hemming and hawing and thinking about it and calculating, get rid of them out of the advice circle.
That could be said about anything I need advice on too. In a real setting.
I'm only talking about creative stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to do that for any other aspect of life, I
just
don't
mean
know, man. I don't know if that's a good idea, buddy.
Uncreative people suck.
Yeah. The only thing
when they tell you what to do when they don't. I mean, I guess I'm guilty of everything, but like.
So here's what I noticed, right? Like, I remember when I was writing stuff and I would like have regular people read it. They would like, oh, you should do this and you should have them do. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's not what I wanted from you, right? So I stopped asking people what they thought of the writing.
Yeah.
Right. However, in music, I still to this day like having regular people listen to music that I'm writing because they're the ones that are actually going to buy it. They're the ones that are actually going to listen to it, right? Yep. If you're writing music just tailored for other musicians, it's not going to go very far. Like, you might do okay.
I mean, if that's your goal, yeah. If you can market yourself, which I'm terrible at, that you could probably make it work. But yeah, songwriting is key.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck my point was.
Whatever. Action Chad. I guess that's the point.
No, not Action Chad. It's Chad Action.
Chad Action. Chad
Action.
Sure. Yeah. We'll do that. I'm curious.
It's so good. It's so good. It makes me giggle. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid. I want to see some comments in the chat. I want to see what people think.
Let me know. Beverages.
Are you just going to call out what you're doing?
Yep.
Oh my God, you're so weird, dude. So what have you been up to, brother?
Oh. Okay. Other than the untimely. Oh yeah, there was a point I was going to get to. With the whole name thing. So I just caved in and, for my website that you can go to no matter if you type in Chad Erickson and theuntimely.com or just theuntimely.com, it'll go to the exact same place. Cut out some confusion. If you want to do the extra spelling of my name, you should. But if not, and you're lazy like me, then do it that way.
Yeah. So why do you believe in flat Earth?
That is funny that you put that in my bio.
Where do you?
I do
you
not
think they're
believe in.
flat?
No, I do not.
You don't?
That's a joke, everybody. I do have friends and whatever who do believe that.
Do you?
Oh yeah. I won't name their names, but like,
do it. Fucking.
They're
name
very
them, bro. Name them, bro.
Avid. Like it says I am, but they are flat earthers, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, there's like verifiable experiments that you can do. Like, you don't have to trust the government or trust the scientists. Like, there's things you can do to test the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, right. Or where is this this ice wall they speak of? How come that can't be seen by the same satellites that are powering their phone?
What do you mean?
Isn't there?
I know. They
don't
talk
they believe
about an
in
ice wall. Yeah, but I don't understand what you're saying.
They're saying you can't see it because of whatever so and so.
I mean, you can definitely see it.
The ice wall?
Yeah, because it's just a sheared glacial cliff of Antarctica. It's like one side of Antarctica. The wind blows one direction, right? So like, as snow and shit. Fuck, for the listeners, this is gonna suck. But basically, the
so this
the
is
wind
what they
blows,
believe?
No, this is true. This is real. So the wind blows in one direction on this side of the continent, right? And what it does is it blows all that snow and wind and everything in one direction. So it creates a nice flat plane of compacted snow/ice, right? Like a snowdrift, sort of. But it's on the other side of that. And then that, obviously, every once in a while will break off and go into the ocean, right? Because it's just the edge of a snowdrift. And this goes on for several miles. And it creates like a glacial sheared cliff that goes on for miles. And there's pictures of this on the internet. And people in the flat earth community have taken this and said this is evidence of the ice wall that goes around the flat earth, and it's guarded by world governments, and you can't go anywhere near it or get over the top of it. And it's like the reason you can't go over the top of it or get near it is because it's extremely fucking unstable. It's extremely dangerous.
Like, right. Like, why even try?
Well, and you can literally just go around it. Like, you can just, like, this is the thing I don't understand. They think
so
it's like
all
this.
things,
They
it's
think there's an ice wall like this.
A hint of truth or a thing that exists, and it's just taken to the beyond level.
Essentially, it's like they think there's
reason.
like they think there's like a flat Earth, like a pizza, right? And the ice wall goes around it like this, right? So no matter which direction you go, it would either be right or left, but you would constantly take that, and you would never, ever see anything or get around it or anything, right? But if it's just a continent, which is the South Pole, and that's what they're really talking about, they're talking about Antarctica. Like, it would be the other direction. You see what I'm saying? So none of that shit makes any fucking sense. Because they're trying to say the North Pole is in the middle of the flat Earth, and the South Pole is just a big ice wall around the outside. But so they should be able to easily deduce which direction they should go. Like, if you're traveling on the inside of a bowl, it's a constant, like this ashtray, it's a constant left-hand turn, or it's a constant right-hand turn, right? Because that's the South Pole, the outside. But that's not how you would have to travel. It's so obvious, dude. But nobody's ever been down there. They just took a picture off the internet and they're like, that's the ice wall. Hilarious, bro.
Bizarre. I mean, I guess everyone probably on some level believes something as ridiculous. So it's hard for me to give them shit, but I do want to give them shit. The inner bully wants me to make fun of shit that's ridiculous, and then at the same time, I call myself a moron because I've believed just as ridiculous shit.
I probably have too.
I mean,
what do you think about the moon landing? You think that was real?
I don't know.
Because I do think that one was real as well.
I think at some point we landed on the moon.
I think it's real. I think the footage is real. I think it's all real.
There's a small chance they put out the footage before they landed on it, but
I don't think.
What do I know?
Why do you think that's true?
I'm not saying I think it's true. I'm just saying it could be true that
how could it be true?
Because it wasn't like a race to the moon between all the countries.
Just us.
So like, if you want to get ahead, you do what we do.
What conspiracy do you believe in? You believe in Bigfoot or aliens?
I believe in aliens. I don't believe they came here or come here like everyone thinks they have or do. I think they would do what anyone or what we would do and send a drone first.
Sure.
I think the conspiracy I believe, everybody. Here we go with my dad voice. Just, I guess some government conspiracy. Obviously, they do testing on us, and I think they're the aliens that we all think we see in here. It's just them just trying stuff.
The government?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to just I mean, if you can't openly test your product, you have to do it anyway.
I think that's the simplest and most likely explanation, is that it's all government military shit, that they're fucking with technology that is so beyond our... Because, it's hard...
I mean, we all have this, and it's I don't know how that works.
I don't
know how that works. I'm a big idiot.
For the listeners that have no idea what you just said, he held up his phone. But even that is like on a much smaller imaginative scale. Like the B-2 bomber, dude, was around for like 20 or 30 years before civilians had any idea it existed.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I believe.
In use is what I'm saying.
I believe they use and test everything on us before it's public knowledge.
Oh, wait, this is
and then
definitely
20,
true.
30 years after the fact, they print it and they tell you stuff, and then we don't care anymore.
No, it's definitely true. Like it's definitely factual. I just think a lot of people forget about that. Like, dude, the B-2 bomber was in use for 20 or 30 years before the public found out about it. So
that's
then
fucking nuts.
So think about this, right? Think about how nuts this really is, though. It was in use. It was in
Weaponize
use. It was
everything.
It was in use for the majority of our lifetime. However, it had to be built, which who knows how long that took. It could have taken anywhere from an additional 1 to 10 years.
Yep.
But then it had to be researched and designed and developed before it was actually manufactured. That could have taken another 5 to 20 years. You see what I'm saying? So like they're fucking they're experimenting and thinking about technology that could be potentially like 50 to 60 years past what you and I currently know of right now.
And I don't even know enough
check this shit out
about what the Mayans believe in, because they're talking about spaceships and shit like that.
Check this shit out, bro. The fucking internet cables were laid after World War II. Like all the internet.
Yeah, for their like...
That was all laid after World War II. Just after World War II is the point.
Okay.
And the internet has been around since just after World War II. I think it was in like the early 60s. And it was only used for government and like super high academic shit. Like fucking colleges and shit. Like exchanging like crazy fucking...
number-based
projects
codes
and shit, research projects and like just crazy shit. By the time it made it to consumers, it was like the fucking mid 90s or whatever, the early 90s or whatever the fuck. I'm just saying it takes a long time. Like we as consumers,
yeah, because weren't they using computers to hack their enemy opposition code?
Yeah, you're talking about like the fucking
like
Nazi
humans,
shit. Yeah, like literally Alan Turing built the fucking first computer. Essentially, it was more of a machine than what we think of as a computer, but it was essentially the first computer, and that's how he decoded the Nazi code so we could win World II. Yeah,
right.
World War II. Yeah,
that's my conspiracy. The government is the aliens. If there are aliens, I don't know.
And I'm not saying the government does these things. I'm not saying the government does these things.
I'm part alien, but part of me sort of believes that we are the aliens. Why not?
What do you mean?
Why aren't we the alien that we
I don't know. You got to do that.
Came from the other planet. Why not? I want to see.
I feel like I should have taken mushrooms before we did this podcast.
I
we were
know.
going to have this conversation. Like, why not? Well, man, I'm not high enough to tell you why not, bro.
I want to see the mid-evolved man.
The what?
The mid-evolved man.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I want to see the Sasquatch guy, and like, I want to see.
Are you talking about the missing link?
I want to see some more evolution, missing link type shit in all species. I'd like to see that.
Like what?
Anything.
No.
It's
but
all,
like just like give me an example.
Like,
give me an example.
Like men are crossbreeding stuff. Mankind, not men. Just all people are.
No, dude. Everybody knows only men can be scientists. Everybody knows only men are smart enough to be scientists.
And
come on, dude.
we all. Most people agree. That we evolved, right? Most people agree with that, and that everything evolved.
I mean, do you want to?
I just want to see. I'm not like
going to
even argue it. I just want to see more.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one that
starting to evolve type shit.
No, I'll give you one, dude.
I'm not like against it.
No, dogs. Like my dogs, any dog you see, any domesticated dog,
Weren't they like basically?
They all came directly from wolves. Directly from wolves. There's no...
Well, certainly, but we manipulated them into what they are now.
That is what evolution is. The only difference is we did it intentionally to get desired features versus it happening through just random natural selection, strongest and fittest and things like that. Because evolution basically boils down to the ability to breed and outbreed your competition. So, for example, let's say you and I are both born at the exact same time, right? In a region where the food is fairly sparse, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's really only enough food for one of us in our tribe of people, okay? We're both in like a valley. However, I'm born with some random genetic mutation, okay? And it's a thumb. I'm born with thumbs, and you just have 4 fingers. You don't have a thumb. Well, I'm going to be able to get more food than you, which is going to make me be able to feed my family, which is going to make my wife and me healthier, which is going to allow me to have healthier babies. And there's a greater chance that the genetic mutation of the thumb passes on to those babies, right? So then over a couple generations, you and your people have a harder and harder time surviving because you can't gather as much food as we can, and we literally just outbreed you to the point where you go extinct and we're around now. And that's literally what evolution is. The only difference between that and dogs is we didn't do it based on like the ability to breed or survive. We did it based on like specific traits. We want this dog to guard our children. We want this dog to herd cattle. We want this dog to hunt mice and rodents and rats. That's why they're different sizes. That's why they have different temperaments. There's guard dogs. There's retrieve.
Well,
like
sure,
literally
I'm not
all
even...
retrievers are meant for hunting.
I guess I'm not even like...
That's the only difference, dude. That's your evolution.
I'm just trying to... I want to see more of it and not... I had a thought while you were...
Here's what I'm saying, dude. You could take a chihuahua...
this, that maybe the...
In a matter
of order of evolution is through temperament from mankind. Maybe it isn't supposed to exist naturally anymore, and we are supposed to.
But no, it does, though, because that's how we got here in the first place. We got here in the first place through this exact same thing. It was literally the exact same thing. So you could turn around and take Chihuahua
through manipulating the earth, and
through random gene and DNA mutations. That's how we evolved. Like us, we didn't evolve from chimps or gorillas or any of that shit. We both evolved from a common ancestor.
Yeah.
And that's your missing link thing. That's your missing link thing.
I want to see that.
Right.
I want to see that.
Before you fully believe in evolution is what you're saying?
No, because I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying, sure.
I mean, everybody wants to see the missing link. I'm curious.
I just want to see the missing link. I'm not disputing evolution.
Why is it that you want to see it? Because we all want to see it.
Curiosity.
Yeah, that's kind of mine too.
Like,
I just want to see what it would look like.
Like I said, I jokingly, but also sort of believe that humans are the aliens.
It would have to look more ape, right?
Like, if there were aliens, maybe we came here and the fucking the non-elite class were left behind because they knew the comet was coming. Maybe this is just hypothetical, people. I'm a big moron talking, but this is highly entertaining to me. So in my imagination,
so you think
aliens were here and then they left because they knew the planet was going to go through its thing, and why sit there and deal with it if you have the fucking spaceship,
and then
so you leave those you can't take behind,
and then a meteor
like
hit.
We would do with what we witnessed.
And then
the meteor hit, and then the new.
Okay, so hold on, because this is not as crazy as you think it is. There are theories that like flirt with what you're talking about, right? So there's transpermutation, which is like there was aliens, there was us basically. We lived on a different planet, and we shot our fucking DNA onto this planet. And whether we evolved exactly like our
it's like an
alien,
X-Files
right?
episode, but
or we evolved differently,
fashion.
We don't know.
Sorry.
You hear me?
Yeah.
That's a theory, right? And then there's also a theory like we might have been slightly different, and then there was a meteor that hit or something, and a bunch of the people in certain pockets of the world moved underground, because there's this theory that if you go far enough underground in certain parts, there's like entire ecosystems and shit down there. There's like oxygen, it's warm, like 60, 70 degrees, fucking there's food and shit like that. I don't know if it's true. But
wait,
that
you
is
said where?
In random parts of the world, underground and shit.
Yes.
So, and the Native Americans, the reason I'm saying this is because they don't believe like in the monotheistic God idea, right? They also don't believe in aliens. They believe that humans came from the ground, that like we came from the ground. That's kind of like what their lore talks about, right? And so if you interpret that just like logically, it's like it lines up with this other shit that like something happened and we went underground for a long time. And so that, because you got to think like if aliens came here, if aliens came here and or
to me
and or left, that means there was some serious technology. Something crazy had to have happened, a pretty much extinction level event, near extinction level event, where all ability to spread information or communicate or engage in the old knowledge is like completely, you see what I'm saying? Like so everybody on Earth died except like what, 200 toddlers? Like something crazy like that would have had to happen in order for aliens to have already been here and or left, for us to have evolved from them. That's what I think. Unless they were just driving by and they were like, that planet looks good, and just shot some DNA to the planet. You know, that could be a thing too.
That's a thing.
There's
like
also
in a comet.
Have you heard the one? I think Joe Rogan talks about this one, where basically aliens came here, and the reason we haven't found the missing link is because aliens stopped by and genetically manipulated the chimps to create us, to create a smarter worker, right? Because the chimps weren't smart enough to do elaborate tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So they came here, genetically mutated the chimps or genetically manipulated the chimps, made us. Right? And not literally from the chimps, but something like the chimps, right? And that's what made us, and then we like rebelled or whatever. But the point is like in this theory, that's why there is no missing link, is because we were created by aliens who came here and did like literally some CRISPR level shit.
I kind of believe that on some level.
That's what I'm asking you. So out of all of those, which one is the most realistic to you? Because to me, it's the last one.
That's a good one, but probably what really happened is if there were no aliens, just somehow some crossbreeding between different primates, I assume, would create a smarter evolved one, like a hybrid tiger muskie or some shit.
Well,
like that
shit's super interesting too, right? So like,
but as far as just fun and novelty, I think the latter, where aliens maybe came here. Like I said, maybe they...
Do you think they fucked chimps and created us?
Dude, there's people who do. There's people who bang dogs and shit. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but they can't create a baby.
I bet there's I mean, there's a movie called Predator, and it's about an alien, but I bet there's also alien predators.
I was just gonna say, but Predator didn't fuck anyone. What if he did, dude? Oh. Predator 5.
Let's say
he's a sexual predator.
That's what happened.
Predator 5.
But no, but some
Predator
chicks
5
would just
undercover.
Be like, hey, I'm not judging. I bet some people are like, fuck yeah.
Predator 5.
Bring it on. You're like hung like
Predator 5. This time it's sexual.
I wonder if in Predator 2 there was an alternate scene where instead of the chick getting fucked by the drug dealer, it was maybe with Predator. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, but I definitely know
that was a pretty raw movie for me when it came out.
Dude, Predator's the shit, dude. I love that fucking franchise. I gotta grab a soda. Hold on.
Yeah. The first Predator, classic. I remember.
I like the second one too.
Being scared as shit for like a week after watching it.
I like the second one too.
Right after it came out as a 7-year-old or whatever. Not really scared, more just like intrigued and weirded out. I think I was more scared of Alien.
Shout out to fucking Greg. I didn't see this. He said something about Scientology. Hold on.
Did you put a Scientologist under my name?
No, I should have.
Scientologist.
I should have though.
Oh my god.
No, I didn't.
I don't know enough about it.
I'm gonna pull up the chat.
But coincidentally, I share a birthday with Tom Cruise.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God.
It's a weird birthday. July 3rd. It's memorable and not at the same time.
I still want to know what you guys think of the name Chad Action.
Chad
I still
Action.
think that's brilliant. Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
I could change my middle name to Action. It's Aaron, so it wouldn't be that much different.
What the fuck were we talking about, dude?
Aliens, but whatever. I'll talk about anything. Music. I have my alien tattoo because it's really just my pick gauge. I don't know if anyone can't really see that, but whatever. My little alien tattoo. It's just my guitar pick, but I just made an alien face on it because, you know, I sort of believe in aliens. And music is like an alien language to my stupid ass. Because my drum teacher would always kick me out, so I will only learn like a part of my lesson and then like get kicked out.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with authority, Chad?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So did you...
Well, you know, when I was a troll, though, it kind of, on the internet, it kind of depended on who I was arguing with. If some people are like so just easy to fuck with because they want to talk shit, so you just retort with talking shit. So I don't know, whatever. I watch my mouth on the internet, and
you said you were a troll, though.
Yeah, I
what
think
made you stop being a troll?
I think I grew up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have time.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're bored and in your like late 20s to 30s, it's super easy to be a troll and you have all the time in the world for that shit. And now I don't. And I'm not really trying to piss off or offend anybody. I'm just trying to be me, trying to be more serious. I'm sure there's a lot of cringe shit.
We don't need any more serious people.
I'm like,
people are fucking people take themselves way more serious. We need to be silly. We need more silly people.
I'm like,
don't be serious.
Somewhere
Chad.
between, and this is another thing because I can't really talk politics because after Trump won, quote unquote, or whatever, I just stopped caring, stopped following, and like I just let my mind go blank and just like watched the nation just like, I don't know. We were already cringe. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Everything is fucked, and I stopped being a troll, and I stopped caring about politics because it's all bullshit and it's all rigged, and I got shit from people on the left and the right, and several friends want to accuse me of this and that, and it's just like, it's okay to have a gray area of feelings and opinions.
So let me guess. You just simply didn't agree with everything on the lefty agenda.
Correct.
And you're immediately labeled something else.
And then same thing with the people on the right.
Is it actually happening to from the people on the right?
Oh, because, yeah. Like, I've been called communist, fucking libtard.
You are a bit of a commie. You are a bit of a commie and a libtard. Let's just be honest. You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm a little of that.
I'm just kidding.
I used to say I was a libertarian, but I'm not really because there's some green areas that I believe in.
Yeah, libertarians became a little too wholesale anarchy for me. Like
they're trolls, it seems like.
No, they're genuine. No, they're genuine. They are not trolls. They're genuine. And they believe that what they are doing is creating, believe it or not, either less suffering or suffering that is worth it in the long run. So, for example,
while also shaming and fucking being toddlers. See it.
For example, right? Like the communists, a good communist would never admit they would never deny that there's no suffering in communism. They'd be like, yes, there's suffering in communism, of course. Just like a good capitalist would always have to admit, of course there's suffering in capitalism, of course. But both of those people, if they're being genuine, and I know for a fact that most libertarians are like this, that they're saying, yes, of course there's suffering with our ideas as well, but it's worth it because the suffering in our system would be less suffering than what's in that system. That's the whole. Whether they're right or wrong is irrelevant.
My brain was at the time,
and whether they're right or wrong, they're irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I'm just saying most of them are coming from like. But let me put it in context for an exact example.
No, because
Jill Jorgensen, who I knew wasn't going to win, and that's who I voted for president. Right? She's a libertarian. I voted for her even though I knew she wasn't going to win, kind of out of protest. But more importantly, one of the reasons I also hoped she didn't win, or even if she did win, I knew she wouldn't get shit done because she has crazy ideas. For example, no more public schools because it would be more efficient if it was 100% private. It's like, no, we already know that's not true. We've already seen those examples happen.
Well, okay, no politician you're going to agree with 100% on, but like I knew that would never happen. You know, I haven't voted Democrat or Republican since like Obama's first term.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was like, yeah.
So 2008.
Yeah. Who the fuck wasn't like fuck yes when he ran?
Let me ask you this: who are you going to vote for in 2024, or even this year, this fall?
Dude, I'm becoming. First of all.
Do you know?
I used to vote in both caucuses. Like, I'd be super political and be like, I want the best of the best to go up against each other. And then they were like, you can't do that anymore. And it's like, okay. And then I voted in, the Democrat, what do they call it? They changed it from caucus to what? Primary, whatever. And then you write the name on a piece of paper and shove it in a shoebox like it's fucking the 60s or 70s or some shit. There was no ballot thing, and that was like when Hillary just swooped it from Bernie, and I was just like, I think I give up.
Yeah, no, I feel you, dude. There's a lot of people that felt that way.
I'm going to vote, and I will continue to not vote for a Republican or a Democrat in basically every category, and y'all can hate me if you want for that, but like I voted like Jared here for the woman in the last election.
That's my favorite, is when people tell me I'm a chauvinist because
I voted for a woman.
People told me I was a chauvinist because I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, and they were like, oh, blah, blah, you didn't vote just because she's a woman. And I was like, I didn't vote for her because she's a fucking nut job. And then literally the very next election, I turned around and voted for a woman. It wasn't to virtue signal or pander.
Old white guys
I swear to God, I thought, see, for me, it's not about old white guys. It's not about that, dude.
No,
it's not about me
being
funny.
It's I don't even think it's that funny.
I don't even think it's that funny. I think it's ironic. Is what's funny is the irony of it is I voted for Jill Jorgensen, a chick, a libertarian, which is a party I don't even really believe in, because I still thought out of the three, she was legitimately the best candidate. Like that's the fucking hilarious part.
That's how I felt about Gary Johnson.
But I'm a chauvinist because I didn't vote for Hillary.
It was Trump or Clinton, I voted for Johnson.
Yeah, me too.
I flipped the coin and voted for him.
He actually would have been a good president. If you look at his track record as governor, he would actually been a great president.
Had he not had that like fucking one moment?
Which one? There was actually more than one. There was two.
After the bombing, and he didn't like everyone else didn't know the name of the
Aleppo.
Aleppo, yes, didn't know. Nobody knew the name or their secondary city. No one knows that. And then he didn't know, but he should have known because he's a fucking running for president. And then he had that moment. Had he not had that moment, I think he would have had a better chance. But he is also Gary Johnson.
He also had the one where he did
and he will say some stupid shit like,
you remember that one?
He did
when he was holding his tongue. He's a goofball.
why can't there? It's like the reason I believe there is never a good candidate is because they don't want a good candidate. Our fucking government is a corporation. I was very sad when Obama bailed out all the bankers and people got foreclosed on. I was sad when Donald Trump ran for president, and the first week he ran for president, a lot of my Jewish friends were showing me photos of their kids' lockers with like swastikas written on them, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ over here! What the fuck? There were, during the riots, I chased a, you know, you're chasing a lot of people off your block, but I literally had to fucking, like, chase off a big van with some cop wannabe looking fucking white nationalists from Florida off my fucking grandma's block during the riots and shit. It was just crazy. He was following my grandma's old ass neighbor home because she had like liberal bumper stickers on her car or some shit like that. She fucking ran inside her house. I watched some weird shit happen. I get out my fucking van and I like, this guy's like driving super slow down the street, and I get out the car. Then he sees me and he skids off after like being real, you know, as fucked up as everyone was who was being.
There was some wild shit going on.
There were so many suspect people everywhere. I went up to the I went up there like almost every day. Lindale to fucking basically Hiawatha for like 7 days, and over my grandma's block, just to like see what was going on, you know, 36th and Grand area. I don't know. That was crazy.
Did I tell you I had to be a witness in a murder trial?
You did not.
Yeah, I had to appear in court yesterday. Fucking last summer. House up the block.
Last summer, not 2020?
Correct.
Okay.
It was a year ago. Fucking some dude Molotov cocktailed the fucking house like 4 houses up. Lit that motherfucker on fire. Killed one dude. One other dude got really bad burns, and I think the other dude ended up being okay. He ended up being fine. But, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. We'll see if he gets convicted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you even allowed to talk about it?
I mean, they didn't tell me I couldn't.
Interesting.
I'm not on the jury.
I suppose.
You know what I mean? The jury can't watch my podcast.
Okay, yeah.
You know, if they hear
That's
me talk,
true.
You know what I mean? Like, why can't I talk about
Are
it?
you sure they're not all like ready to watch this shit? Me, you?
I mean, I don't know, bro. If they would have fucking given a shit about my podcast, I think they would have brought it up at the trial.
That's crazy.
I was actually worried about that. I was legitimately worried that the defense was going to try to bring up my podcast and be like, is this you? I was going to have to be like, yeah. And they're going to be like, is this you smoking weed and drinking beer and getting blackout drunk on your own podcast? And be like, yeah.
Yep.
I'll be like, I did all that shit. Doesn't mean I'm fucking ain't telling the truth right now, you motherfucker.
Yep.
That's exactly how I would have responded too.
It's so funny.
But no, they didn't say shit. They just fucking took my testimony. He tried to cross-examine me. He asked me the defense dude asked me a bunch of questions that didn't make any fucking sense. It was like the opposite of what a politician does. You know how they say things that don't make any sense? It's just like word salad. This was just like a question salad. It was like a bunch of words formed into a question. They weren't like actual questions. Like, it was so fucking hilarious. And it was like it felt like he was trying to get me to trip up. But he wasn't asking any real
defense lawyer?
Yeah.
Of the guys who threw the Molotov cocktail?
Yeah. Well, the alleged
Molotov.
I mean, that's why we're on trial, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And that was the stress for me, bro.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. Is it is alleged. And that's the fucking crazy thing to me is, like, I didn't want to be responsible for sending a innocent man to prison based on my testimony, but I also don't want to let a guilty man go free based on my testimony. So the stress of being accurate and reliable and credible was insanely high. Like, I didn't think it would bother me at all. I didn't think I would be stressed at all. On a scale of 1 to 10, I didn't even think it would be a 1. And it was like a 5 or a 6, which really isn't that bad, but it's way fucking higher than what I ever thought it would have been. Because I can tell this story to you. I can say it on my podcast. And if I fuck something up, if I make a mistake, if I drop a part, if I exaggerate something a little bit, no harm, no foul.
But there,
dude, man's life is on the line. One guy already died. Now there's another guy's life on the line. Yeah, it's like something I never thought about. I'd never thought about until I was in that spot.
this was probably a little more, all of them were in on it, but could you imagine, and I've been in this situation, you're in the car with your friends, and one of the friends has a window seat, and they want to do something stupid at a fucking red light. And you're the driver, and you can't do anything because you have to drive, and they just start doing something fucked up and stupid. You're now an accessory. But you didn't do shit. Your dumbass fucking friend did.
I think it depends on what you do immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Like if you were to immediately drive to the police station or drop them off and then drive to the police station, you know, like if you quote unquote
well, you can't do that because then you'll get fucking.
So you drop them off and then you go to the police station, like you get yourself out of there safely. If basically, and that's what I'm getting at, right? If you get to the police station as soon as fucking possible and you turn yourself in and you fucking admit to everything, including who was there, you might be able to get out of that as an accessory. But it's going to be tough because you're going to have to somehow prove you had no knowledge that it was going to happen and you did all the steps. But even then, like, I personally know somebody who fucking went to jail or some shit like that. And they didn't know. They didn't know it was going to... Well, maybe they did. I don't know. I actually shouldn't. I'm talking out of school on that one because I've heard conflicting stories about
well, and there
what
are
actually went down
street
in
rules and repercussions from being a little snitch-ass, mork-ass trick.
What's a snitch to you? I got strong theories on this. What is a snitch to you?
Somebody who just talks too much.
That's pretty wide. That's a wide net, bro. It's a wide fucking net. Okay, so here's what a snitch is to me.
Okay, you run off to the cops. I'm not a fan of the cops or running off and telling them shit. Generally, anytime I have, they've done nothing. Not that I fucking hate them or anything. I'm just saying.
You sound like a cop hating commie.
I do.
No, listen.
I don't hate cops. They're cops. They don't.
Listen.
They're no longer there.
Listen to me. Tell me.
They were never there.
Dude, listen to me. Listen to me. Hold on.
Help.
Pause.
Me.
Pause. Listen. Tell me if you agree with this or not, because I can define a snitch very, very distinctly. Versus cooperating with the police.
There's a difference. It depends on what's happening.
I don't think it does matter what's happening. I will give you a very simple definition, and you tell me if you disagree and why. A snitch is when you get busted and you snitch on somebody to reduce your sentence or get out of trouble entirely.
There you go. Yes.
It's literally that simple. So Tekashi 6ix9ine went on the Logan Paul podcast because he got in trouble for snitching, right?
Two people. I'm like, what?
But he got in trouble for snitching. Okay.
Okay.
So this motherfucker says, so if you and I are standing there and some dude kills our friend, right? And then this other dude gets pinned for it, right? So let's say we got a friend named Joe. He gets shot, right? But they don't put the right guy in jail. They put the wrong guy in jail. And Tekashi's like, if you guys go talk to the cops and you say that's the wrong guy, this other guy's the one that did it. That's snitching, right? And I'm like, no, that's fucking justice. Like, you have an innocent man behind bars, and you have a guilty man running around on the street. That is the opposite. Okay, here's the thing, is if me and you turned around and killed somebody, and I got busted, and I ratted on you, I snitched on you,
a snitch.
That's a fucking snitch.
Yes.
If I'm trying to plead so I can get a better sentence, if I'm cooperating and giving you up so I can get a better sentence or get out of trouble entirely, that's a fucking snitch. The other situation is fucking justice, dude. And that's the big difference. And it's not that complicated. It doesn't matter what the problem is. Like, are you just sticking your fucking nose where it doesn't belong? That's a snitch. You know, when you're just randomly ratting on people. But no, when somebody...
here's another thing.
If you see somebody who's a victim, and that's what it is. If you see a victim and you see who made that crime happen...
If somebody was seriously wronged, yeah, you want to...
You have
right
to.
The injustice.
You have to,
yes.
Especially if you believe in karma.
A snitch is definitely somebody who's involved in the dirt, and
especially if you believe in karma, because you don't fucking do shit to help people. You literally butterfly effect that fucking evil back out into the world.
Weird. I do and don't believe in karma. A lot of people who shit never fucking happens to them. Oh, it will in the afterlife. When they're fucking dead? How? Oh, they're in an imaginary place.
Weird.
They're in a place I think exists in my head.
It is weird how random it is, because good shit happens to bad people and bad shit happens to good people all the fucking time.
I want to say, like, I don't even have a number, but most people, I feel like, who I've witnessed come up, had to do something fucked up or dirty to come up with the money. But that's also a societal thing that is, like, sort of pushed on us. Here's my... I want to go back to cops. Cops are paid to enforce rules applied by and for rich people. So, whatever. That I don't hate cops. That's their thing. I'm friends with some cops.
Sounds like you hate rich people.
Where I was going with this, yeah, I hate the elite class who's trying to wipe people, because they want to wipe us out.
You think that?
They want to wipe out the middle class.
But they need you. They need you to work out all their businesses.
Yeah, they need a slave class.
They need. Why would they want to kill you? Though they need you to work out all their businesses.
This is fucked up and controversial, but I'm saying it.
Shit.
No, they need. The rich need the poor to make their crap, to sell,
and to buy their crap,
to sell to the upper middle class.
Do you know why most people stay poor?
The middle class are just poor and we can't afford anything anymore. So it's like, just eliminate us to like work. Slave class is harsh and offensive. I'm sorry.
People stay
worker class. They want worker class, upper middle class, elite class, top 1%. That's my other conspiracy.
Who's they? The Illuminati?
The 1%. Sure.
The
Illuminati. There's my controversial losing fans comments.
I don't think you're losing any fans, dude.
I think it's so fucked up when the marginalized and people are pawned, and then we sit there and defend the same people who just like dispose of us. We all have like a collective Stockholm syndrome for the thing we like the best. That's my harsh opinion, and it applies to me too. And I know I'm a big fucking hypocrite about stuff, but like, that's where I'm going. And I wish we all as people could just, I don't know.
Fucking say it, dude.
Just collectively grow together instead of apart. Like the
Here's
media.
The thing,
if we all believe the media is trying to fucking separate us, then why are we like so eager to continue?
Slow down though. I got questions.
I
got questions.
I can't help it either, because I
got questions.
I also do the things that I hate about other people.
Okay, slow down. I got questions for you. I want you to think about this. And you don't necessarily have to, well, you shouldn't. For the sake of the entertainment of the podcast, you should definitely answer these questions, but you don't actually have to. But okay, so you say basically you're essentially making an argument that the rich have too much and the poor have too little.
Yes.
And that's the source of all the suffering. So here's what I want to know.
It's a source of continued suffering.
What is, and I'm going to oversimplify this just for the sake of having a constructive conversation. I understand there's nuance in everything. I'm not trying to put you in a box, right?
And everything has a gray area.
I'm not trying to put you, exactly. But for the sake of this, you are going to have to pick an A or a B, okay?
Sure.
So, is the solution taking from the rich, right? Like, is it bringing them down, right? Like, they don't need yachts and mansions and we don't need that. Or is your solution to figure out a way to give poor people more? Like, which one of those is going to be the better balance? And I honestly totally understand it's actually literally going to be both.
Well, there is a reality.
But you're going to have to do more of one than the other.
The reality is we have to create more laws to create fairness and balance between things. I mean, if that's what we're going to be, I'm not going to sit here and like defend.
So you want to pass laws
overthrowing the government or some shit.
So you want to pass laws that cap income and cap the amount of houses somebody can own, and like, so how? What do you? Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, because I hear this argument a lot.
I want to make things. I'm sorry that I'm a big moron and can't explain it better, but things should be more equal and there should be more balance.
Fair. And I'm not judging you for this. I'm not ridiculing. I'm not mocking you.
If we
I'm
truly wanted a better society, we as a society would pump money into things that we all know.
Listen to me, brother.
And take it away from things that are ridiculous. I'm not saying, okay, taking away is the wrong choice of words, because as a part libertarian, I'm not trying to say you can't go out and do and get anything you want. I'm just saying at some point, there's ridiculousness.
I mean, here's the thing: these are not libertarian values.
No, they're just mine. I don't know.
These are actually like definitely the opposite.
I'm more green, but like I also believe you should be able to succeed as far as you can and want to in our one life.
So here's what scares me though is everybody has this dream and we all want less suffering and we all want to make more money, right? Everybody does, no matter how you look at this. Right. But is what scares the shit out of me is these ideas that, no, you should be able to do your thing, and yeah, everybody should be able to be successful, and no, nobody's trying to blah, 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 blah. But then there is a limit, okay, where certain people on that side of the fence, whether you get to $100 million or $1 billion or $100 billion or $800 billion, whatever the fuck it is these guys got now, and then people go, well, that's too much, right? So, and where am I going with this? I'll tell you where I'm going with this, because there was a time.
I have a retort to it too.
There was a time,
and a positive spin.
There was a time where if you had $1 million in the bank, you and your children and your children's children and your children's grandchildren and so on and so forth would never ever have to worry about money again. Okay. But we have this thing called inflation. So there was a time when people said $1 million is more than you would ever need. Mm-hmm. You have too much. But that's not true now. Okay?
Right.
Like if you have $1 million when you retire, you're not going to have a good life. Like that's not enough money to last you through the rest of your retirement. Like you need a minimum right now of about $2 million when you retire to have a decent, and this is not living the life. This is just a decent
I get it.
life. This is 65 to 85 or 90. Okay. Cause the average life after retirement is about 13 years, sadly enough. It really is. If you want to live longer than that, you need more money, especially with things like inflation. So you might have $2 million and then another economic crisis happens. And now that $2 million is basically the equivalent of like 500 grand. Now you're fucked.
No, I hear that.
Hold on though. My point is, what is too much? And I'm scared of this idea because people are constantly saying, well, he has too much. Who gets to decide what is too much?
Nobody.
And that's what I'm getting at. And like guys like Warren Buffett, you know, when he dies, he's giving all that money away. So when you have people like Warren Buffett, who are the best investors in the world, why shouldn't he have taken the millions and millions and millions of dollars way back in the day and turned it into billions and billions and billions when he's responsible and smart enough to do that and properly invest it? And then he can turn around and give that money away when he dies. Because that's exactly what he's doing.
Well,
versus all the fucking hillbilly hicks who win the goddamn lottery and they go bankrupt within 5 years. Do you see what I'm getting at here?
Yes.
So it comes down to this idea that no. I don't think laws and regulations and redistribution of wealth is going to fix a fucking thing. Because stupid people will be broke no matter how much fucking money we give them. Period. Super smart people, especially financially intelligent people, you can give them almost no money and they will figure out a way to become richer than anybody who's on a fucking government stipend. It's just not how the reality works, though. Dude.
They want poor people to be ignorant with money.
No, it's not they want them to. It's they naturally are. I've literally tried to give financial advice to people, and they don't fucking listen, dude.
Really?
I give music advice to people. I give business advice to people. I give job advice to people, and they don't fucking listen. You know for a fact you work with idiots. It doesn't matter where you work. We don't want to talk about day jobs, but at your day job, I guarantee you, you've tried to give somebody advice as to how to do the job better, and I guarantee you they haven't listened, and I guarantee you they've eventually gotten fired. Every fucking one of us knows people like that. They don't listen and they're not willing to improve. You can't do anything for those people. You can't teach them. You can't coach them. I sound like Mike Singletary. You can't win with them. Can't play with them. Can't coach them. But that's the truth, man. There is no amount of laws or redistribution of wealth or any of that shit that's actually going to bring those people up. They have to fucking listen. They have to actually apply the advice.
That is true.
And I don't think there's... And even
I'm
if
just
there was,
saying, I believe there has been an on purpose.
So let's say this is true.
Hold on, let me finish my thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I just believe that they have wanted it this way on purpose, and it hasn't trickled down, if you will. The thing they promise has never happened, and it never will, because I believe the top hoard, the middle spend, and the poor don't have shit, so when they get it, they're fucking excited. Like me. I'm a big idiot. I'm a poor person. As soon as I get money, I try to invest.
Here's the reality. You're a musician, okay?
And then
your passion is extremely expensive.
Which means I make poor decisions, everybody, and say stupid shit.
No. I'm actually saying quite the opposite. It's like you have an extremely expensive passion, and those are ironically, and I know you, and you do have good gear. You do have pro level gear, and it is
no.
Okay, well, you didn't need to admit that out loud. You could have just taken that one in privately, but okay.
No, I'm the dude who literally has like a $450 guitar, a $350 guitar, a $350 amp, that kind of thing.
Okay, so here's some
advice. I just make it sound good.
So here's some advice. Okay, I'll give you some sound advice, financially and musically together. Okay, if you can't afford, which nobody really can anymore, brand new high-end pro gear.
Fuck no.
And now it's even harder because of the pandemic and shit. But the key is you find good quality used gear because it holds its value. And that's actually surprisingly good investment places for your money. Like you get a good Gibson guitar, you find it used, you get a good deal on it, garage sale, pawn shop, buddy, relative, whatever.
My Schecter and my Epiphone were really good buys.
Yeah, but they're not worth anything, right?
No.
You get a good Gibson, that's actually going to go up in value.
Yeah. Dude. My Gibson broke twice. That's why I have nothing that's worth money. The Schecter I own is probably the most expensive guitar I have.
Well, either way, point is you're not a poor person, you're a fucking musician, and that's totally different. I mean, that's fucking, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself.
It's
a tough life, dude. You got to pay for rehearsal
so
space
hard.
You're multi-instrument, dude. You play drums, you play guitar, bro. Like, all of that gear, dude.
All the gear. And then I don't have a vehicle right now because, like I said, I spent a bunch of money getting it fixed, and then the transmission went out, and I have nothing. I'm on the bus again. It really blows. I mean, it won't be forever, but like, as a drummer with no vehicle,
Not good, dude.
I'm like a cartoon character at this point. I'm like a caricature of myself.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it
good.
won't be long.
Drums aren't your main instrument, though, right?
They're my first instrument.
But not your main.
Main is guitar, I suppose, or singing. I don't know.
Dude, I was talking with Ryan Smith the other day on the podcast. I don't know if you know him, but
I don't know him. I think I know of him.
You know how we always get asked, like, so what's the difference between guitar and drums? Which one do you like more? Right? We constantly try to say, we've talked about this before, and we have the same line. All of us who are multi-instrument, we all say the same thing. They're totally different instruments.
Yep.
Like, it's not fair to even compare them, right? I finally figured out a great way to explain this to normies. Okay, you go, listen. Playing drums is like fucking doggy style. Okay? It's about the rhythm. It's about slapping cheeks. Okay? See?
Yeah, the dog.
Now listen. But guitar is like making out. It's the opposite. It's nothing like banging doggy style. It's
For
like
me,
making out.
Guitar and singing requires more warm-up time. Drums, I stretch, and it's like 5 minutes, and I'm like, whatever, let's go. I care less. Bass makes me feel like, yeah, I'm a fucking man. Yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah. Drums kind of the same. You get to hit shit really hard.
Yeah.
So like Jen Dean, who plays circles around me, blows me out of the water. So that I hit harder than her. And I'm like, really? You're like fucking slamming on that shit. So she says I hit harder than her. I don't know if I believe that.
You do. You definitely do.
Maybe it's just because I'm just like angry on the inside. And I just have to hit them fucking hard.
No, it also has to do with speed. The faster you play, the lighter you hit. You have to. It's just physics. It's just how the instrument works, you know?
I'm not the fastest player in any fucking way.
She is fucking fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so she naturally, and she plays a lot of that jazz shit, which it's like all wrist, you know? Like, she's incredible.
It is
definitely
crazy.
One of the best drummers I know.
As far as I've known, we all speed up. Every musician I know will like tend to speed up a little, especially if we're playing off. And it's like, fuck. I don't know how any band who plays really complicated, fast shit can play it even faster than like the record version. It's just like,
you always play it down for the record.
It's mind-boggling.
You always play it down for the record. So they wrote it above that, and then you bring it down.
Yeah, I suppose I do that.
Yeah, and one of the reasons you do it is to help tighten it up. Like you were joking about before, you were like, oh man, listening to this makes me want to go play tighter than I actually can. Well, part of that is because we slow it down when we record it, so it's easier to get in that pocket. You can really and then we simplify our parts slightly as well. Like, so what I've actually written, what I actually would want to play, it's like that old saying, and I don't remember who the fuck said this. It's some super famous artist. I don't know if he was a sculptor or a painter. I think he was a sculptor. But doesn't matter. He said the art is finished not when there's nothing left to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. And that's how I look at not only writing a song, but then I take that a step further when I'm recording and tracking it. So it's like, what I really want to do, I'm like, okay, now just kind of like this. I push it to 11, and then I dial it back a couple notches. Yeah. Like Eddie Van Halen's old tone thing. I try to blow up the amp and then just back off a little bit. That's how he did his mods and figured everything out.
Fat tone. All the amps I have, I turn on all the extra high, extra low fucking switches and just make it as fat as I fucking can.
That might not actually sound good though, dude.
It does. For me, it sounds great.
There's this video. Yeah, but
on the amps I like that's probably why I sound good, because I have my tone dialed in and I know where I want my shit. I play a certain way.
I'm always worried when guitar players talk about their tone and
when I play other guitar players' amps, I fucking hate it. I hate their tone. I hate all that shit. They sound great on it. I sound like shit. I fucking play on my shit.
Well, 90% of your tone comes from your fingertips, my man.
I know.
So that's probably what you're experiencing there, because I've noticed that too. Like, yeah,
They're probably also like playing specifically to cut through in the mix, whereas I'm just like,
that's
at
what you
this
need
point
to do.
the only guitar player, and I'm just like big, fat.
You still got to make sure you're cutting through the mix. If you're stepping on the drum mix, if you're stepping on the bass frequencies because you're turning up the lows, you become muddy and you actually get lost in the mix. Like you, you still need to, and that's the thing, dude. Is like you should have almost 3 different tones for dialing in your amp. You should have one for the studio because of the space that you're in. It's usually confined and you're closer together, right?
You should have for the room.
You should have a lot more flexibility and willingness to experiment in the studio when you're tracking.
I do.
So that can vary all over the place, but you should have like in rock, in metal, and kind of where we're at, you should have like your tone, right? So that's kind of what I think you're kind of describing.
In the studio, I'll use multiple amps and multiple guitars.
Live, your tone is your tone, but you should definitely have different settings to and that's, dude, this is why I wish more guys would just fucking pay the money to get a fucking live sound guy for their band, because you sit down and you get to know these guys and they go, I know what Chad's trying to do. I know what Chad wants to sound like. And I know what he sounds like in that rehearsal space. Now it's my job to make Chad sound like that live so everybody understands what that tone is supposed to sound like. And doing that in most bars, it's just so fucking difficult.
If I could afford it, I would. Hi, Tempest. I want Tempest to do it for me.
Dude,
but she's busy and has her own life.
Bass players oftentimes are like tone gods. And she was pretty fucking good. I remember she's had like some a genius. Dope tone. She had some dope tone, dude. I remember Tempest, dude. She had some dope tone, bro. For people that don't know who we're talking about the old bass player for All the Pretty Horses
and Harsh Reality.
She was in I think both those bands with Jen Dean, actually. Or Jen Dean was in both those bands. Her and Jen Dean are playing with Apocalypse Theater again. They're playing a show Saturday. That's a great name.
I would go, but
such a great band.
My band, Callous Soul, is playing at the Keller Bar.
That's a terrible band name.
No.
Callous Soul?
Yeah.
That's a terrible band name.
No.
That's horrible, buddy.
Okay, well, check it out.
That's horrible,
I like it.
Oh, buddy. No, that's not good.
But me and the singer, we were also pushing for Crying Dinosaur.
That's even worse.
Well, every good band name is taken. We like it.
Oh, dude, that's really bad, bud. You got to change that band name.
We like the music. We love it.
Yeah, but a name matters, dude. A name matters. It really does.
Too late.
No, it's not. It's never too late. It's never too late, buddy. We can do this. Just call that band Chad Action, dude, and it's over, dude. It's fucking over.
Not the front man. I am the drummer.
Oh, you're the drummer? So what's the singer's name?
Posse.
Posse? You just made that
Josh Williams.
You just
Posse.
made that up.
No, we call him Posse.
His name's Posse?
Everyone knows him as Posse. His name is Josh Williams. He's been in many bands. See You in Hell, My Vengeance.
He was in My Vengeance with fucking my boy?
Probably is his name like Adam or Aaron or something. Or like...
No.
What's his... Matt? Is he the guitar player?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was in that band for a little while. Dude, oh my God, this was so funny.
That's awesome.
They got to open up for Jackal at
My Vengeance?
I want to say like the Star Bar. What is that shit out in like Roseville or something?
Star Bar's not in Roseville. That used to be
no,
Columbia
what was
Heights.
That place? The fucking rock bar we used to all play in the early 2000s.
I mean, there was a few of them.
But at any rate, Jackal would not let the other bands use the dressing room. Hilarious.
Oh yeah, that happened to us. That happened to me a few different times.
Star Central?
That was a venue.
No,
yeah, but that was still
that
Columbia
was the
Heights.
other way.
No, those were both Columbia Heights.
What was the other one? The Rock.
That's Maplewood.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I want to say The Rock.
Okay, that's Maplewood. Yeah.
And then there was Sharky's and Sharky's Underground. This is bringing all us old people back.
That's way back. Sharky's is way old, dude. That's super old, bro.
I think we played there.
What are you, like 50?
Brick Bath.
Were you like 50 years old?
I was like a
Sharkies?
teenager when we played there.
Sharkies, man, damn.
I
bro.
drummed in grunge metal bands that were highly influenced by like White Zombie, sorta like that Los Exorcisto era shit meets punk meets Brujeria.
Dude, you know,
and we would open up for bands, and then I started playing guitar, and we would like play there in the dying days. Aerosmith? No.
Did you say Aerosmith?
No.
I thought you said Aerosmith.
No.
I heard Aerosmith.
White Zombie. I forget what I said. Brujeria.
Do you like Aerosmith?
I like old Aerosmith.
Which old Aerosmith? There's two old Aerosmith. Well, three. There's four.
Everything up
there's
until
four versions of Aerosmith.
Like, I don't know. Isn't there one where like Steven Tyler left or something?
I don't know. My favorite era is the 80s. The fucking
That's
Pump,
like the
Permanent
worst.
Vacation. Pump,
You
Permanent
love
Vacation.
those? We had those
dude
tapes.
looks like a lady. Fucking Loving an Elevator. Janie's Got a Gun. Ragdoll.
I like the first handful of albums.
Even through fucking
Rocks is
Living
pretty
on
dope.
the Edge.
There's a couple of jams on Rocks.
You like that classic rock shit. That stoner rock shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that 80s shit is good. That guy's actually a sneaky good drummer.
You said the 80s shit is good.
It is.
This
dude.
is
It's
hilarious.
bomb, dude.
This is great.
Dude, do you even know who Desmond Child is, dude? Of course you don't, man. Desmond Child helped all the 80s bands write all those hits.
Okay.
So, like, Living on a Prayer.
That name is really familiar to me.
Dude, he's a prolific songwriter, dude. That would people okay, if someone were to ask me like a random question like name somebody who's not very well known that you want to get on the podcast, you know? So nobody like The Rock or you know what I mean? It would be Desmond Child cuz he's a legitimate one of the greatest songwriters that's ever lived. Yeah, he wrote Living on a Prayer, fucking a bunch of those Aerosmith songs in the 80s. He worked with so many people, I forget, dude.
Like the Willie or Dolly of rock bands.
Oh, man, he was fucking prolific.
Just writing
dude.
songs for other people.
Prolific.
Okay. That's...
With other people.
I wanted to
that
say
was the
this
other part, is he
earlier.
would write them
Dolly
with him.
Parton is a person who could be like a multi-billionaire, but she
probably is.
She keeps giving money away to help people. And like...
See, now this is
she's
where...
like...
This is where...
I don't know... If it's
possible.
possible.
She were to turn that into some NFTs. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Now, Dolly's like one of those people you can't fucking hate.
No, she's dope.
Have you ever
dude.
watched her fucking play guitar live with her fingernails? Like,
she's awesome.
Say what?
She's so charming, too.
Oh.
Like, talent aside, like, she could be half the singer she is, which she's great, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a phenomenal songwriter. Everything about her is top notch. But you could take all that away and just straight up her personality. She's insanely charming. Like, she's incredibly charming, dude. She could run for fucking president. She could probably win. I bet you if Dolly Parton ran for president, I bet you she'd win. I bet you she'd win.
Dude, she could win.
I bet you she'd fucking win.
I'd vote for Dolly.
I'm telling you, dude, she is so fucking charming.
She's more coherent than our other two options.
Bro, and I'm telling you, it's about the charm. It's the same reason Obama won. You know what I mean? Like, if you're charming enough, charm the pants right off of America. You charm America's pants right off. You make them go just butt naked because they're just so charmed.
That's all of it. You play saxophone on Arsenio Hall, and that's how you win. Who was the comedian who said that? I believe that statement.
Talking about Bill Clinton. I don't know who said that. That was Bill Clinton.
Yeah, you play saxophone. You charm them.
Yep. And it's so funny because I was stupid enough to say this out loud, but I'm man enough to admit it.
We're all stupid. I said stupid shit already today.
I was about 16 when George Bush got elected in 2000. So I wasn't old enough to vote. But I remember saying out loud, man, if I could vote, I'd vote for him versus Gore. And I remember somebody asked me, why him? And I went, because he seems like a real person, unlike the other politicians. Like, he seems like somebody I could, like, hang out and have a beer with. I swear to God, that was my answer at 16 years old.
Of course it was.
That's how a lot of people legitimately think and vote. Like, as real adults. Like, now I'm saying that's stupid, and that was something a 16-year-old would think.
But it's
that's how
also a
real
true
adults
statement and why
now.
people back somebody.
Yeah.
we back the thing we want to hear and like. We all have weird, stupid, selfish opinions, and that's why we do things.
Or if you're gonna fuck me, I just prefer that you lube up first. Like, I'm gonna get fucked by both these guys. I'd rather have the charming one do it because he's decent enough to lube up.
The charming one. I don't even know who they're gonna put up, really, but like, who are the Democrats gonna put up? We already know the Republicans.
Hillary's gonna run again.
Ugh.
Hillary's gonna run. Kamala Harris is gonna run. Biden's gonna run. They're all gonna run. I don't fucking know.
Did I say this last time? Isn't it ironic that the party who doesn't like cops,
you were on before,
and sometimes
Biden
being told what to do, voted for a prison sentence creator and a cop?
Yeah, because, okay, so they did the exact same thing that they ridiculed the Trump voters for. Because Trump voters voted for Trump. A lot of them voted for because they were like, as long as it wasn't Hillary. I understand Trump is bad, but Hillary was worse. And for years, people ridiculed the Trumpers because when they'd bring up something about Trump, they'd get mad because they go, you can't seem to bring up Trump without bringing up Hillary. Like, you can't just defend Trump and say he did something. You keep bringing up Hillary. Well, now that's exactly what the Biden people did. They voted for somebody is bad, but as long as it wasn't Trump. And now when Biden is criticized, they go, yeah, but Trump would have been so much worse. So it's so funny because to me, they're the exact same type of person.
Yeah, I agree. And people will always say, vote for the less of two evils. But I'm like, but there's like way more than two people on that list. And we should be exercising our rights and voting for who we align with, not just
I agree.
The tie that is popular in our friend circle.
You know what's crazy though, dude, is we had more than two parties. We had more than two, and it was chaos. There was even less people happy because, I mean, think about it, right?
I probably shouldn't devote all of this to politics, but yeah, didn't they want the fucking people who I despise, not despise, don't understand, wanted us to work together with different parties, not just have
there used
one
to be multiple
party.
Parties. There used to be multiple parties, and the problem was none of them were able to sustain themselves because they didn't represent. Because people are complex in their thought and in their beliefs and in their feelings, and so no one of these parties, not one, not a single one, had a real following. So they would pop up and they would die off, and they would pop up and they would die off.
Well, and money rules,
but that's part of it too, because if you don't have enough people, you don't have enough money. You know what I mean? So it's because they just couldn't keep a good foot, and people's beliefs, feelings, and thoughts change. You know, they evolve. You know, your ethics change and evolve as you get older, as more people come in, as a new group of people come in, as we give more, rights to more people, whether it be women or black people at the time or whatever the case may be, right? So that shit just kept changing and changing and changing until the point where they kind of started to consolidate, right, into each other. Like, okay, well, we'll team up with these guys because that now we have a tangible amount of people and a tangible amount of money to actually fucking do something, right? And they had it down to like 3 or 4 for a long time, but that still wasn't even good because instead of having however many people vote, it roughly being 50-50, right? Now it's roughly 33% for each person, or roughly 25%. So now whoever wins, only 25% of the country's actually happy about that versus 50.
Yeah.
So as great as it sounds to have a third or a fourth party, it's not realistic. Like, we ended up here because having multiple parties actually didn't work. And I'm not defending the two-party system. I actually think we should probably try to go backwards and make that thing work, because I haven't figured out a new idea to go forward with. But we all know the two-party system is not working. They've built it into 2 giant conglomerates where you get to shop at Target or Walmart.
Right.
That's basically what it feels like. And I think that's what everybody's pissed off about, is we feel like our political decisions have come down to either a Target or a Walmart. There is no more ability to go to a smaller mom and pop shop and actually have that.
See, that's kind of more my paranoid thinking, if you will.
I don't think it's paranoid. I think you're
with
being
my
factual.
1% controlling everything to the point where there can't be the alternatives and even dispersal of money, and rights. Clearly, rights is a big thing right now, and you know, what have ya?
Well, it's funny because the fucking the Roe v.
Rights.
Wade thing.
Yeah. I'll talk about this gladly. I think it's
The Roe v. Wade thing is way, way, way bigger than women's rights. Because women never actually had the right to get abortions. That was never actually what Roe v. Wade did. It was medical privacy. Is what they said is it's none of the government's business what you do between you and your doctor, which I think we all agree on because this is part of the Constitution. You need a warrant. You need to believe that me and or my doctor have committed a crime in order to go into my records and see anything. Same thing with you and your attorney. Same thing with you and your therapist. You know, your psychiatrist. Okay? So I think it's funny that these fucking Republicans are lauding this because they did not actually protect the rights of Americans. And it had nothing to do with abortion rights, really. Abortion rights was like...
Isn't it always because something else is tied into it?
It was like they did something much
Something
bigger, and abortion is just something that it applied to. And you know what I mean? It's kind of like fucking... anyways, I'll just move on. Point being is there's a lot of the conservatives and the pro-lifers that laud this and they think this is a great idea. Well, these are also a lot of the people who are pro-gun and they're against red flag laws. However, they're going to get red flag laws passed in a lot of places. And when they do, they're going to be able to use this legal precedence to go into your psychological records, into your therapy records, into your psychiatry records, and see, oh, this person suffers from anxiety or depression or this or that.
Essentially,
now we can go into their home and we can take their guns that they need to defend themselves. And people go, you don't need guns to defend yourself. Oh, again, who says we don't need guns? It's always the lefties, right? The lefties are the same people who are saying defund the police. Okay, so if the police don't exist, okay,
I know,
and you take away my weapons, now I can't defend myself, and now there's nobody to defend me. You see what I'm saying? It's
yep.
None of
these. I understand.
Neither one of these parties have thought their shit through even one or two more steps. If these parties were playing chess, they're both.
This applies to my.
They're both
worker
retarded.
class.
They're both
comment.
retarded. That's what I'm just going to say. They're both parties are retarded if they're playing chess because they're basically trying to play checkers on a chessboard and they're fucking themselves.
They're the same
fucking
thing.
themselves.
I don't know if anyone has seen the movie
fast.
Bulworth, but I gauged a lot of opinions off of a comedy called Bulworth. Not opinions, but like I humorously.
Dude, I said a bunch of funny shit tonight that you didn't catch. I don't trust your sense of humor anymore, Chad. I said a bunch of funny shit that you didn't even notice.
Baked. Maybe.
You didn't even notice, dude. I said a bunch of funny shit. I don't even remember what it was. I know one of them was you were saying something, and I said, come on, dude. We both know only men are smart enough to be scientists. And you just kept talking.
I didn't hear that. I was probably just talking over you.
All right, let's see.
No, whatever.
Going again.
It's tough because I know laws are created for poor people. So that's why I have this conspiracy mind.
I mean, that's literally not true.
If you can get out of it by paying a ticket, they're only for poor people. I guess that's my caveman view at it.
There's plenty of rich and powerful people that get in trouble.
I do think it's
Jeffrey Epstein.
Glad he's dead. Where's that list? Where's that fucking list? Where's the fucking list? The Epstein list of clients.
Which one?
The client list.
The black book?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I downloaded it. That shit leaked right after his death or right after the raid of his island or whatever. Yeah, I downloaded that PDF.
Maybe I did see it. There's a lot of people admire on that list.
I'm pretty sure I still have it on my phone too.
Disgusting.
What?
No,
I wanted to see who was on it.
I'm just saying. I'm just deep in thought of the disgusting people that go to who went to his island.
You'd have went.
I'd went.
You'd have went.
No. Maybe you've been duped.
They were all duped.
I suppose that's how you go.
It's if they went back. That's if they went more than once. Because the first time they went, nobody knows.
It's like a setup.
Yeah.
And they don't. Okay, yeah, and then they like tried to blackmail you, and then
they set you up with underage girls. Sometimes you didn't know. Like a lot of them didn't know. They were like the girls were like right on the cusp. 16 to 20. They might look a little older, right? And
well,
so
I'd have passed the test because I'm a huge fucking prude, and I say no to like everybody.
Here's the thing: is like a lot of the girls were 18 or older, and that's how they pulled it off. But then they'd get a young girl who looked 18 or older but wasn't, and then they'd get you in a compromising position those girls with that. Too. Everybody does, dude. But let me finish this story. So they'd get you in a compromising position with one who was underage, and then I don't know the sequence of events as to how guys would go back. That's the disturbing one, is when like guys like Bill Clinton went over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Charming, very charming president.
I wonder if he like
goddamn
wowed him with the saxophone down there.
I guess a lot of them just started with massages. Like you'd go get a massage with a girl in the back room, and then like I don't know, man.
It was like drone footage or some shit of his place too.
Oh yeah. There's fucking that still exists. All that shit still exists. There's a bunch of documentaries. You should check some of them out, dude. I actually haven't even been keeping up on it. This is all just kind of fucking from memory of when I was first deep diving it. Because this is one of those conspiracies that I believed in. Like, because I had heard about this shit.
Fuck yeah.
I had heard about this shit for a long fucking time. And same thing with like the Harvey Weinstein one, the Hollywood fucking casting couch shit. That's been fucking almost borderline common knowledge. It's like the basis of jokes. They start with that.
Yeah. Everything is based off like a hint of truth or reality, right?
Yeah, except for these were just straight up the truth. It wasn't even based on the hint of the truth. These were absolutely 100% true the entire time, and people just refused to believe it or didn't do anything about it. That's the crazy part. And that's what the conspiracy was, is people go, there's no way you could cover that up. Apparently, it's super easy to cover that shit up for a really long time. Like,
or you just fucking kill them.
Did you see this new one about the Boy Scouts? Same thing. Same shit. Again, people have been joking about fucking Boy Scout leaders diddling kids for decades. Yeah, now there's a documentary on Hulu where it's fucking like, not only was it a thing, but the Boy Scouts didn't do anything about it. So again, the conspiracies...
Like the church.
Exactly, like Penn State. Here's the point, is people go, there's no way you could cover that. Do you know how many people you would need involved to cover that up? And it's like, apparently not that many. That's what I'm really getting at, is it's like, yeah, dude. So a lot of the conspiracies could be true. They really could. Like the aliens. Oh, you need so many people to keep their mouths shut. No, well, apparently fucking no, you don't. If not that many people even know about it in the first place. Like, fuck, dude.
Sure. No,
but I don't think the moon landing is fake. I don't think that one's fake. What about Bigfoot? You believe in Bigfoot?
No.
I don't think I
Didn't
do.
a dude from Blink-182 leave to chase Bigfoot?
UFOs.
Yeah. Well,
turns out he might be right. His company's pretty legit.
See, I want to see Bigfoot, but I'm not saying I'm going to quit my life to go chase Bigfoot.
You'd have to, dude. There's no way you could do it recreationally. You'd have to. It's a way of life, dude.
You could just set up cameras.
No. Because if that was true, they'd have already caught him.
Do you believe in ghosts? I want to do this. Do you or don't you?
No.
Do you believe in magic?
No. Not really. If you give me enough mushrooms, I do. If you give me enough mushrms, I think I have the Force. If you give me enough mushrooms, I think I have the Force from Star Wars, bro.
I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but I don't know. The diehard believers are like anyone who's too diehard into anything, they just come off like comical. Like, dude, did you hear that? Like, the wind blew. Clearly that was a ghost. I'm like, no, the wind blew.
See, and the idea of ghosts, it's so wide open, bro, because, like, what does that even mean? Are we talking, like, Casper the Friendly Ghost? Are we talking, like, the movie Ghost? Like, what kind of ghost are we talking about? Like, it's such a stupid concept, like...
Ghosts.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you believe in ghosts or ghost busting?
If ghosts are real.
Like, I want to believe in ghosts, like I want to believe in aliens, but I think aliens is more legitimate because...
Did you see the new Ghostbusters?
No.
Neither have I.
I haven't seen shit in
I
a
hope
long
it's
time.
good. I want to see it so bad. It's one of those few movies that somehow slipped through the cracks over the last couple of years. You know, especially when there wasn't a lot of shit coming out. I was surprised.
Like the new one or the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the fucking...
The Saturday Night Live ladies?
Not that one.
Okay.
Which that one I actually didn't think was that bad.
No, it was like you can't relive everything. I like their comic book spin on it.
But the new one.
The new one.
Yeah, the one that actually...
I haven't seen that.
Because the one with the chicks, it's like a multiverse version, right? It's not attached to the originals in any way, shape, or form. It's completely in its own universe.
Yeah.
Yep, it's like a reboot, right? Which is fine, cool. Let the girls do their thing, whatever they need.
It's
have
cool.
Fun. But the new one, that one is attached. That one is attached to the old ones. It is in that same world or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, I want to see it, dude.
Cool.
Because, dude, if ghosts were real, ghost busting would be fucking dope, dude. That'd be such a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking Ghostbuster, bro. I fight ghosts.
Ghosts. Like magic.
You believe in magic?
Dude. I don't know.
You
I think
nerd.
Why not? if it's
what do you mean why not?
Depends on the magic.
The fuck are you talking about, bro? You were talking about I need to see the missing link, and now you're like, yeah, it depends. I might believe in magic.
My roommate,
your
mom,
your barometer for what you need to believe in something is all over the place, dude.
I know.
Like, yeah, I kind of believe in magic a little bit. You know, I got a roommate who had some crystals, said some weird shit, door closed.
No,
I was pretty blown away. But you know, this whole evolution thing, man, I need to see this missing link before I'm really all in.
So my roommate's mom is like,
are you sure you don't believe in the flat Earth?
She is a shaman, or claims to be.
Fucking with you,
like off the boat, old school.
So what does this mean? What does magic mean?
My roommate, her ex-boyfriend wronged her, and her mom was mad at him, cast a spell on him, ended up in a wheelchair.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, here's the thing:
I'm not going to doubt it.
I'm not going to disrespect it. Like, I'm not going to laugh at somebody.
Like, I think.
However, I did have this girl.
The mind is so deep. Why can't we manipulate people into doing things? Like, if it's so untapped, there's probably things we could do or say, or like a chemical reaction, or like the power of suggestion.
Bro, I would fucking love it if we could have superpowers, but I just don't think it's real.
Moving objects with your mind? No?
Superpowers. These are fucking superpowers, bro.
Yeah, that is a superpower.
These are absolutely superpowers you're talking about, and it's a great fantasy, but I just...
I know.
I would love for God. I would want that to be true so bad. If you could have any superpower,
then I wouldn't.
What would you pick? You can only have one.
Oh,
So not like one of these assholes like fucking. I can fly and I have lasers and
I'm
Superman. You get one
I'm
thing.
Superman. I mean, isn't the
superpower.
power of flight kind of fucking awesome? The power of telekinesis is also pretty awesome. Maybe being invisible, maybe being invincible like Wolverine, being able to like regenerate. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the question. You only get one.
You only get one?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, because otherwise motherfuckers would be like, I fly and I'm invisible.
Well, if you had the Wolverine thing, couldn't you just get like...
Well, because here's the thing.
Recover.
Flying is worthless. Flying is literally worthless if... Like, let's say it's just fast, right? You're like, right? But then you hit the ground like a missile. Well, if you're not indestructible, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like,
no, if you could control it, though.
No. If you hit the ground like a missile and you're not indestructible, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
So superpowers would be very dangerous. So they automatically have to come with, like, another superpower that prevents you from dying when you use that superpowers. So even like flight, even just flight, right? The G-forces, the lack of oxygen, there's two other ones that automatically come with that, right? Like you have basically not indestructible, but you're unbreakable or whatever the fuck.
But regenerate?
Something like that, because you'd have to be able to survive at low oxygen and colder temperatures and all kinds of crazy shit in order to be able to fly.
There was some meme with like some decisions you had to make, and one of them was you could regulate your body temperature no matter what. So as long as you're on the planet or in the atmosphere, you're never going to freeze to death, and you're never going to like catch on fire because you're so fucking hot.
Maybe. That's a weird one. That's a really random one to throw in there, but yeah, I mean that's
whatever. Notifications. Oh, the other thing, getting shit on about with politics, even though I wanted to drop it and talk about music. You know, both sides are like trying to either take something away or force you to do something, while claiming the other side is trying to force you to do something or take something away from you, and using like this fear tactic. I don't know.
Yeah, the other one that cracked me up was the gun thing in New York.
Man, a lot of people give me some shit about me carrying a gun, and a lot of people praise me for carrying a gun. Maybe not praise, but like, yeah, good. And I'm just like, I don't know if good is the response, but
I mean, it is what it is. But
I don't like carrying it but like, and then people are like, why? I'm like, well,
because the cops are fucking useless.
Cops are useless. I've been robbed at gunpoint. I've been on attempted carjacked many times. Random people just walk into your car from the bus stop. People were cutting holes in our fence, trying to steal our dogs, poison the cats. The list goes on.
You have a hard life.
I'm not trying to bitch about it. I'm just saying it's like, it's crazy.
But Minneapolis is a wild place. We both live in Minneapolis.
It's fucking crazy. It doesn't matter what.
I've talked about the crazy shit I've been through on this podcast plenty. I'm not judging you. I don't think anybody thinks, if anybody thinks I'm judging you right now, it's because they haven't watched this podcast. Because, dude, I've said similar things, and people are like, the looks they give you, they're like, that's kind of crazy. And I'm like, yeah, fucking Minneapolis is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like,
because the cops are goddamn useless.
You wake up and there's a new hole in your fence. And you're like, what? This is fucked.
Yeah, it is pretty fucked, dude. That's one of the reasons we're growing hops on this fence out here. Because now if you want to fuck with it, if you want to try to climb the fence or hop the fence.
There's just shit in the way.
Dude, not only that, but they have these tiny little fucking like barbs on them that'll scratch you up real good. and then when you start sweating and that shit gets in those little tiny razor cuts, dude, it starts burning so bad.
Okay. That's
like
good.
Like there's no weird, it's not like they're poisoning you, or it's not, you know what I mean? It's like just tiny razor thin scratches. You can't even see them when they first happen. It's only later when your sweat gets in there and irritates the shit out of it and they start to swell up a little bit. You can start seeing all these little lines all over your arms.
Well,
and
that's
shit.
clever.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Little fuckers.
Maybe we
I
should
fucking hate
that.
children. One of these
Better
little
dogs
shits.
would get it.
One of these little shits trespassed on my fucking. I love talking like that. They'll fucking get off my lawn. But one of them did. He really came onto the lawn, like ran into the lawn. Wasn't by the sidewalk or anything. And stomped on my fucking sprinkler and fucking shattered it. Oh, I'm furious, dude. It was a really nice fucking sprinkler, dude. Fucking furious, dude. I hate kids. It makes me not want kids. Like when kids get really shitty, it makes me not want them.
Don't want
and
kids.
I want kids. But when that happens, I don't want them.
No, I don't want kids.
It makes me want. Do you ever see that Grown Ups?
I never saw it.
When the kid starts mouthing off, the dude's like, I will hit a child. I want to say that to these fucking kids out here so goddamn bad, dude. I will hit a child. I will.
That's all you have to do too is
punch you in the
just
face.
make the threat and you're good.
I will hit a child. Because these little kids out here are bad, man. They be doing some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Down by your place, all the stuff you're talking about, is it kids? And I don't mean children. I mean like not adults, teenagers, shit like that.
If people want the truth, it's 11 to 22-year-olds.
Yeah, kids
that are doing the crazy shit to impress their equally stupid Beavis and Butthead like friends.
What color are they? No, I'm just kidding.
All colors. All colors. I've been all over Minneapolis, and it's everybody.
That was fun.
It's all kids. I remember.
Okay, you don't have to tell me what color they are, but I want to know.
In junior high, we had a headbanger versus white boy rapper fight. It was the most hilarious thing ever.
God damn it, Chad. Stay on topic. Listen.
I don't know how.
Listen. I'll keep you there. Just listen. So here's my question. You don't have to tell me what color these people are. They keep fucking with you.
No, it's just young people of any group that are scary. That's why the Simpsons made 3 metalhead 12-year-olds the bullies.
Listen.
Because that was my life.
Chad.
It was everyone's life.
Shut the fuck up and answer this question. You don't have to tell me what color these kids were. But I do need you to tell me how fast they crossed the street.
During the
oh my god, Chad, you're killing me, dude.
No,
you're killing me.
Nobody crosses the street fast enough for me.
You're killing me. What time is it?
I don't know.
8:30. We've been going 2 hours. You want to wrap this up?
Sure.
All right. Where can people go follow you, dude? You fucking goofball.
Not at a racist Pantera reunion.
I don't get that joke. I don't understand their reference.
I'm making fun of my band. They were talking about this Pantera thing.
Oh, little inside joke.
And I'm just like, well, that's because I view my metal band, who you hate the name of.
It's a terrible name.
Callous Soul. I jokingly call us. We're similar to like a...
Listen to me, Chad.
We're Pantera without the racism. Except we're watered down like Metallica because of my drumming.
Chad. It's not that I don't like the name. It's that the name is terrible.
To you.
No, it's bad, dude. It's not a good name. You need to come up with a better one. I will help you. Almost
Crying
any name.
Dinosaur.
That's not better. Those are both terrible names. You guys clearly didn't try very hard.
No, we tried.
No, you didn't.
It's very
I will
hard.
help you come up with a new metal band name. It's metal? Like what kind of metal?
Like
I think we can do it right on this podcast.
Metallica, Pantera, fucking...
I bet you we can do it right on this podcast.
Corrosion of Conformity. It's like groove metal, hard rock metal.
Chad Action. I'm telling you, dude. The name is Chat Action.
We're like, I don't know, metal. It's like thrashy, but it's like groovy.
Wait, what's his name?
The singer?
Posse.
Dave's the guitar player. Joe Wobbs is on bass.
Okay, so here's your band
you know
name.
Dave.
Here's your band name. You ready? This is way better than Callous what?
Soul.
Ugh. Wet Hot Posse. That's a way better band name. Wet Hot Posse.
I wanted to have like a rap name, but like the something Posse.
Wet Hot Posse.
And he would be Posse. But
Wet Hot Posse. That is a way better band name than Calloused Soul. Calloused Soul is such a bad band name, buddy. You gotta listen to me. Tell that to
everyone.
I just did. They all heard me say it publicly on the internet, and they're all agreeing with me. Callous Soul is a terrible band name.
It's good.
Wet Hot Posse is much better, and your new stage name should be Chat Action.
Chat Action and the Untimely.
Chat Action and the Untimely.
Well, you could catch that hot action at the Keller Bar on Saturday, where I denounced the Pantera reunion. Because
Peter says,
I hate those dudes.
Hold on, I'm putting this on too. This is a good comment. This is a really good comment. Hold on. I gotta put this up here. Peter still says that band name is Panterrible.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. And now a hashtag.
That's great. Hashtag Panterrible. Yeah, that's a really bad band name. You guys should change that.
No.
Wet Hot Posse is way better.
Sure. We'll go with it.
Dude, I'm just telling you, dude. And this is the difference. I'm not being a dick. I'm the only person who's being honest with you about this. Everybody else either doesn't care or they're patronizing you. Oh, yeah, cool, man. But trust me, Callous Soul, that shit sucks. Wet Hot Posse, that shit's dope. You can sell t-shirts that say Wet Hot Posse on them. Like Callous Soul.
Find a band name that's not taken.
Wet Hot Posse.
Other than Wet Hot Posse.
Give me more than
There's
fucking
no
30.
way.
Dude, I did that in 30 seconds. Why no way? Why? Why can't your band be Wet Hot Posse? That is such a better band name than Callous Soul. And it puts you right in the 80s with all the fucking other metal bands back then.
I suppose.
It's not Panterrible.
Panterrible. That's what we should change it to.
All right, your links are in the description. What is it? TheUntimely.com?
Yeah.
Chad Erickson and The Untimely?
Yep. .com.
I love you.
Join our mailing list.
Your mailing list? You guys got a mailing list, huh?
I guess, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean,
was it like shows and shit? You like show
I'm
updates?
working on it, yeah.
That's smart. A lot of guys need to get back to that. Text messaging, too. I want to figure out how to do that.
I mean,
You
the
know what I
most
mean?
valuable tool is the social media and a website.
I disagree.
And a website.
I disagree. I think it's the fucking text message thing.
Sure.
I really do. I think if you have like the fucking sign up for texts and shit like that, because that breaks through and gets to most people's notifications no matter what. That social media shit. You send me something on fucking Facebook or Instagram, I'm not seeing
it
that
works
shit.
though.
I'm not
I know
seeing that shit.
You're
There's
not,
no
but
way.
other people are.
I don't know.
You got to do all of it, and you got to do
They
it
ain't seeing my
yourself.
shit.
You don't really need a label if you do it all yourself, or like get some help with all these platforms. Oh, that's the other thing I guess I was going to push. I'm going to have all my shit on streaming platforms by next week or the week after. It's just been a uphill battle with me, and I'm like stupid and slow with shit, so it's like re-release the entire first album, and then I got a bunch of like new stuff I'm going to slowly start releasing throughout the year.
And you're gonna put the updates and shit on your website and
Updates on the
newsletter, so if people
website.
go to your website, they can get on your newsletter and they'll get updates about all that.
Yep.
And those links are in the description.
Yep.
Love you guys. We'll see ya. What are we back next? Fucking Tuesday, I think. Fuck, I should have checked this out. Yeah, and I think the morning show is gonna be back on Monday morning as well. I had some crazy shit going on this week, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, love you guys. We'll see you on the other side.